Nice tea? Nice tea? Thank you. What is happening, everybody? Welcome to today's video where, once I've finished taking nursery, we are going to go through a home dumbbell only arm workout. So if you've got access to a set of dumbbells only, this is perfect for you to do at home during lockdown. I'm just getting my pre-workout coffee in. Nice? Good. Now, one of the main reasons people struggle to grow arms is because they're not getting a decent mind-muscle connection and the right type of contraction. When you're doing bicep movements, you want to make sure that your biceps doing all the lifting. You're not swinging around. And I always think, imagine that you're trying to squeeze your bicep to show it off in the mirror. Okay, so when you're doing a bicep curl or something, it's squeeze the bicep to move that weight up. And the difference in just thinking about that one thing when you're doing that movement makes a massive difference to your arm workouts, and you'll instantly start to feel like you're getting more of a pump. The other thing as well is you can kind of stop. As long as you're using your bicep, you don't have to fully extend all the way down. You can stop and keep that constant tension through the muscle. The same with your tricep. Any tricep movement, imagine what you're trying to do is you're really trying to squeeze and flex your tricep to extend your arm, whether it's down, whether it's overhead. Engage and initiate the movement by squeezing your tricep. Okay? If you focus more on those things rather than being on a cable machine or something and using the whole of your upper body to move the whole of the stack, instead of doing that, think about extending with that tricep. I'm in this position and I have to squeeze my tricep to extend my arms, and that will make such a huge difference to the growth of your arms. Okay, so the first exercise is going to be a bicep exercise, and it's going to be a sofa preacher curl. Okay, so you're using the arm of your sofa or an armchair and you're using it like you would a preacher bench. So getting your armpit tucked right underneath and then curling up. Now the benefit of this means that you can't swing or anything. Your arm is tucked in there and only your bicep is doing all of the work. Okay. Yes. Right. Okay. Do you understand? Do you know what we've got to do? No? Okay, then we got dumbbell seated tricep extension. So you're going to have two dumbbells on the floor and you're going to have them behind you, and you're going to bring your feet into a bridge position, drive your hips up off the floor so you rock your body weight back onto your arms, keep your shoulder blades pinched together and then pushing. And with this you're only going to get a short range of motion, but the short range of motion means you're going to keep it all in those triceps as well, so it's perfect. Testing ourselves. Is this how you do the temperature testing nowadays? Do Daddy? Okay. Am I safe? Got a low temperature? Just test. Then we got bicep curls with an isometric contraction. That's a hard word to say, especially when you've been homeschooling all day. So the benefit of this is one arm is resting, but the resting arm is actually working at the same time. It's holding in a contraction the whole time. And then you do your repetitions, 10, 15, 20 repetitions on the other arm. Then you bring it up, hold that in the contracted position and continue with the other arm. So the resting arm is always working at the same time, and it's just squeezing in that contracted position while the other arm is working. overhead dumbbell tricep extensions. So holding onto the dumbbell in a diamond position, and then what you're doing is you're bringing it behind your head. And again, trying to keep that constant tension by not coming all the way down. Now you can either do this standing or seated, whatever you prefer. Like you might find it easier to get into position with a heavier dumbbell if you're doing it seated. But what you're trying to do is you're coming 3/4 of the way down, 3/4 of the way up, and just staying in that range of motion. So there's always tension through your triceps the whole time. First. Let's go full first. Okay, ready? So next up we're going to do drag curls. Now there's a couple of different ways you can do this, and what you want to do is just play around with the positioning until you get to a point where you can feel it best. Okay, traditionally you kind of do these sitting on a weight bench, maybe leaning back slightly and dragging backwards, but here you're either going to do them fully standing and drag. So the idea is you're dragging backwards, kind of like you're doing an underhand row movement, okay? But you're using all of your bicep. And what it is when you come up to here, your bicep has no choice but to be in a fully contracted position. So you can either do them fully standing like so, or I quite like to lean forward slightly so your arms are hanging down in front and then drag back, okay? And again, it's kind of like an underhand rowing movement, but you're not using your back. This is focusing all through your biceps, and you just drag back and up. So it's not so much a curling movement, more of a drag back, and then your bicep will end in a very contracted position back here. So last but not least, we got close grip tricep push-ups. Now you're going to do these slightly different to how you would do a narrow press up. When people often do a narrow press up, they're just focusing on pressing up, doing a push up but with your arms closer in. With these, what I want you to focus on is holding the dumbbells, but also focusing on, imagine you're extending like you would with a normal tricep movement. So you're extending at the elbow. You're in that close grip position, but I'm focusing on extending my elbows, and that's why I like to do them from your knees with your hips dropped forward so you can control that. And what you're doing is you're using the whole of your upper body as the resistance and the weight against it, but you're laying on the floor and pushing, extending your elbows to lift your upper body. So it's more like an extension at the elbow rather than a push. And what that's doing is it's just focusing everything through your triceps. So, that's the end of today's video. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Comment below, let me know how you like the video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Okay, Maggie, you say goodbye? Say bye. Say see you in the next one. See you guys in the next video.